Hey everyone, it's me Egypt, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make these blanket pants that I made in my last video. If you guys have not seen the first episode of I Like It, I Make It, I highly suggest you go watch it because it's going to be a really fun series that I'm starting. Can't wait to film episode 2, but anyway, these are the materials that you're going to need for this project. The first thing that you're going to need is a pair of pants that you like the fit of. The pair of pants that you use is how your blanket pants are going to fit, so use a pair that you really like. Then you're going to need paper to create a pattern. You can use newspaper, old class notes, magazines, literally any paper that you have. You can tape them together to create a large piece of paper to make your pattern. I'm using this roll of paper that I got from Joann's, which is way easier obviously than sticking other pieces of paper together because it's already a long roll. But it is kind of annoying because it like curls up because of this roll. But anyway, the next thing that you're gonna need is scissors or a rotary cutter. Then you're gonna need a blanket. I'm using this blanket that I got from the thrift store. That is where I get all of my blankets, the thrift store. And this one is a Psalms 23 blanket, which is my mom's favorite Bible verse. So when I saw it, I just had to get it. And you're gonna lay your pattern on it and cut out 4 pieces. Here you only see 2, but you're gonna need 4. I accidentally cut the tassels off one of them, so here I'm sewing it back on. And then in the next clip, I'm going to show you how I sew the tassels when they're still attached to the pants. So all you do is fold it inside out. Well, you fold it inward, and when you're sewing, you're gonna want to sew on the inside of your pants, so when you flip it on the outside, you'll see the final product. This is a tip that you need to do when you're sewing anything. Always sew on the inside so you won't see any lines or anything when you're done. And then after sewing that in, I just sew along the edge, and now I'm going to show you how that looks. I only sewed the outside of the pants. This is how it's gonna look when you flip it inside out, but now we're gonna sew along the other side of the leg. Do not sew the crotch, only sew down the legs. And I'm gonna do the same on the other side. This is the pant that I had to actually sew the tassels into, and to do that, all you do is layer all 3 pieces and then sew them together. This is the part you're gonna have to have a lot of patience for. For me, the problem that I have usually is my thread breaking as I'm sewing, which is really annoying, having to start and stop. And I'm still working on how to figure out how to fix it. I think it's the way that I actually sew put the thread onto the spool, because I like reuse them. So I think that's usually my problem, because I think like my tension and everything is fine, but I still don't know why it's always breaking. Also, I suggest like cleaning up, cutting your threads and all that stuff as you go, because at the end it's hard to kind of see them all, especially with the blanket because it frays on the end. So clean up as you go. I suggest doing that when you're cooking too, because it just helps. So when you're done, you can just eat and you don't have to wash dishes. That has nothing to do with this video, bro. Anyway. I pin my crotch so I know exactly where to sew. I love using pins because sometimes when I sew I get ahead of myself and I don't use pins. but then I always end up sewing something out of place or crooked, so I really suggest using pins. They're very helpful when you're starting to sew. So here I am sewing the crotch. As you can see, I'm taking out the pins as I go, doing what I do when I do it. When you're done sewing the crotch and the legs, we're going to do the waistband. So you're going to fold it over, and we're still working on the inside of the pants, so you're not going to see this part when you flip it inside out. Then you're going to measure a piece of elastic that is the length of your waist. I suggest using a thick elastic band because it's stronger and it holds up the pants more, but I only had a thin one, so that's what I used. After you measure, you're going to create a channel at the top of the pants, but leave a hole so that you can fish the elastic through. I use one safety pin on the end of the elastic to grab it as I'm pulling through the tunnel, because obviously you can't see it, so you need something to feel for. And then I use another safety pin and attach it to the other side of the elastic and attach that to the pants, so when I am fishing it through, it doesn't like fall through and get lost in there. So yeah, I hope you guys can tell what I'm doing. It's really hard to explain, so hopefully this video helps. After you fish the elastic through, you're gonna sew the hole shut and you're done. Your blanket pants are complete. Period. Period blanket pants. Love to see it. Now I'm gonna show you guys how it looks when you flip it inside out, and it looks like a pair of pants, man. That's amazing. We made pants out of a blanket. And it looks so cute. I love the way like the words and the pictures came out. Beautiful, beautiful.